Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Sanity stream with your host, Lucius Cole, the place where you go to gain a little bit of your sanity back in what has become a minefield known as U.S. American politics. Got a spicy show for the Cole Factory today. We got a brand new layout. Let me know what you think in the comments below. With that said, let's get the Cole Factory nice and hot. Let's get the generators going from the rees of the leftists. With that said, this show is going to be highlighting some amazing topics today. We're going to be talking about, of course, the Democrats and the left blaming Trump for the violence on the streets. I got a nice little video for you to bust that thing wide open. We're going to be talking about Ted Wheeler in Portland, of course, getting what is due to him, the reckoning. With that said, we're going to be going into Nancy Pelosi, rules for thee, but not for me. San Francisco heading to a nail and hair salon, I kid you not. And again, we're going to be finishing up here with censorship once again on the internet. Joe Rogan and Spotify simply removing some very controversial episodes on the Joe Rogan podcast. With that said, let's get straight into the show. First thing we're going to be highlighting here is just the hypocrisy of the left. I mean, I don't think we're surprised at this point. They are simply liars. They're deceitful. I really think that they are evil. They can no longer play stupid. They can no longer play games. The media is simply outright lying or simply taking information and presenting it in such a way to remove very critical facts about what the story is actually engaged in. Are we surprised at this point? Of course not. That's why we are enlightened. We are the Cole Factory. Lucifer himself, who knows? Let's get it started, ladies and gentlemen. This video will absolutely red pill your friends. Check it out on the Donald.win if you haven't checked out the Donald.win already. We are growing very quickly, and of course the leftists hate that, so tell your friends, tell your family. This is going to be an amazing election, but let's get this video started right here.
And it's so interesting to me to see Democrats who once disparaged, who ignored the violence, I should say, all of a sudden caring about it. But let's not forget what they said previously. Speaker Nancy Pelosi downplaying the violence rocking U.S. cities, ignorantly saying people will do what they do.
I don't care that much about statues.
Shouldn't that be done by a commission or the city council, not a mob in the middle of the night throwing it into the harbor?
People will do what they do.
You know, people will do what they do. Hey, tear down statues, screw the rule of law, let's just have the mob rule everything. It is the way of the Democrats, the only way they're able to get stuff done, because if they were to actually work within the system, they simply wouldn't be able to tolerate the, idea of other people not thinking exactly like them. If you move against them, if you are not in complete 100% lockstep with their ideology, they will absolutely eviscerate you. It doesn't matter if you are a minority, a person of color, doesn't matter if you are the most disenfranchised person in the world. If you were to simply say, hey, you know what, maybe we should, follow the rules, maybe we should respect the rule of law, I might even be thinking about voting Donald Trump. What do you guys think about that? Prepare to be destroyed. It is the only way the leftists can win is by silencing the right, because our ideas are simply superior in almost every way. And again, the difference between the right is that, hey, we will engage with people. You can change our minds on things. We will not simply attack you and threaten you and commit violence on you for simply having an opposing idea. We allow the marketplace of ideas to be generated, and we simply pick and choose what we believe is the greatest option available. But the left simply will not do that. Let's continue this spicy little video, just blowing the left's narrative right out of the water, trying to blame Donald Trump for the violence in the streets. It is absolutely absurd, but of course, the left will and do what they always do. Absolutely pathetic. Let's continue.
Jerry Nadler, when asked about Antifa, he said that was a myth.
There's violence across the whole country. Do you disavow the violence from Antifa that's happening in Portland right now?
That's a myth that's being spread only in Washington, D.C.
About Antifa in Portland?
Yes.
That's being spread.
Can you imagine being able to lie through your teeth like this? I mean, either this man's mind is completely gone, or he is just absolutely Darwinian. He is truly evil. He will literally lie to the public in order to continue to attain and hold power and hold court. Saying that Antifa doesn't exist as over 100 days of riots continue in Portland, Oregon. It is absolutely insane. What is going on, people? They're asking people to not believe their eyes. They're asking people to simply say, what you are seeing is not real. It's all a narrative. They do not believe in empirical truth. Once again, the leftists steaming up the generators with all the lies and the rees because the only way they're able to push their agenda. Let's continue showing the hypocrisy of the left, blaming Donald Trump for these riots.
Spread around Washington, D.C. It's not a myth. In fact, an Antifa individual took the life of an innocent Trump supporter in Portland. You have Rep. Ion.
Rest in peace, by the way, Jay. Rest in peace. Absolutely disgusting, simply because he supported the president. He supported Blue Lives Matter. He supported Jesus. He supported Christ. And because of that, he was killed. Guy's still at large, by the way, guys. The man is still at large. Do you think Ted Wheeler's going out of his way to find this killer? In my opinion, I doubt it.
Ayanna Pressley saying that she wanted unrest in the streets.
I'm looking to the public. You know, this is as much about public outcry and.
This girl looks like a penis. You know, she chose to do that, guys. This is all by design. She chose to do that. She has hair. She chose to do that. Oh, God.
Organizing and mobilizing and applying pressure so that this GOP-led Senate and that these governors that continue to carry water for this administration, putting the American peoples in harm's way, turning a deaf ear.
Putting the American people in harm's way as left-wing radicals burn, loot, and murder. Over 30 people dead since George Floyd. Insanity. Imagine being able to lie like this, and with such conviction, too. That's what's scary about it.
Ear to the needs of our families and our communities. Hold them accountable. Make the phone calls, send the email, show up. You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives. And unfortunately, there's plenty to go around.
Chris Cuomo.
There must be unrest in our streets as long as there is unrest in our lives? What does that mean exactly? What? Most people just want a job. They want a family. They want to be able to provide for them. They want to be able to have safety. They want to have nice schools, live in safe neighborhoods, have clean water, have good food. Most people are very simple. Most people just want to be able to live their life freely, make decisions on their own, make mistakes, learn from that, continue to grow and strive and become the best possible version of themselves. Or they don't. And they can choose to be a ragtag and do whatever they want. It's their life. But to say that because there's unrest inside, there must be unrest on the streets, the gaslighting is absolutely insane.
Saying, show me where it says protesters are supposed to be peaceful.
Now, too many see the protests as the problem. No, the problem is what forced your fellow citizens to take to the streets. Persistent and poisonous inequities and injustice. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
I'll give you an idea, Chris. It's the Constitution.
Oh my God. The fact she references the Constitution, I mean, it's just so perfect. It's like, when these people speak, do they do any research? I mean, they say they stand up for rights, for individual rights, for civil liberties, and yet when they say, hey, when you go out on the street, you don't have to be peaceful, it literally says it in the First Amendment of the Constitution. The First Amendment! You know what I find extremely funny is when these leftists go out of their way to try to claim the Constitution. Like they actually care about that. Like they care about the Founding Fathers. Like they care about the ideas of the Constitution. It blows my mind. They're constantly trying to strip people's rights away. Constantly trying to take away guns. Take away our firearms. Take away our rights. Take the government to control every single part of our lives. But then when all of a sudden, fire and flames, chaos in the streets. You know what the Constitution says? Get out of my face. These people are disgusting.
Don Lemon saying, quote, The rioting has to stop, Chris, as you know, and I know it's showing up in the polls, it's showing up in the focus groups. It's the only thing right now that's sticking.
I do think that what you said, what's happening in Kenosha, is a Rorschach test for the entire country. And I think this is a blind spot for Democrats. I think Democrats are ignoring this problem or hoping that it will go away. But guess what? The rioting has to stop. Chris, as you know and I know, it's showing up in the polling. Mm-hmm. It's showing up in focus groups. It is the only thing right now that is sticking.
So let me get this straight. For months, the media has been saying that these have been peaceful protests. They have been stating for months that it is always peaceful. Fiery, but mostly peaceful. These people are insane. They only care at the moment that it begins to affect them. Once it begins to affect polling, when they start to realize that Trump's approval is going up, that the Democrats are going to lose this election, it is only when their chance of power has been removed that they actually care. Do they care about my friend who lives in Kenosha, who had his entire way of life destroyed, his business burned to the ground? Do they care about the 30 plus people that have been dead and they're killed, murdered, dead, gone forever? Do they care about any of those people? No. Do they care about the burning, the looting, the murdering, Black Lives Matter and Antifa attacking people in the streets, killing people in the streets, killing people because of their beliefs? Do they care about that? No. But the moment it affects their poll numbers, the moment that they actually have real... Oh, God. I can't... I'm so angry. These people are so gross. They don't care about us. They only care about their means to attain power. If it means 30 people dead, who cares? If it means, people's lives destroyed, uprooted, who cares? If it means chaos in the streets, violence, churches burned, schools burned, cities burned, don't care. But the moment it affects their polls, the moment it affects their power, then they care. These people have no soul. They're soulless. They're soulless creatures.
All of a sudden, 90 days later, I from this podium have talked about law and order. The president has talked about law and order repeatedly, but because the polling has shifted, now it's time for the Democrats to deny what they said previously and all of a sudden focus on law and order. I'll leave you with this. That's like the arsonist blaming the firefighter.
Exactly. They've been denying this reality for 90 plus days. It's showing in the polling because people aren't stupid. People can believe what they see with their eyes. When you say something's most peaceful protesters, peaceful as you stand in front of a burning building, as people are being shot and killed in the streets, you sound psychotic. You sound nuts. These people are insane. Trump said it himself. He believes it's a mental illness, and I do too. Leftism really is a mental illness. The ability to deny reality for that long, and then the moment it affects your polls, you know what? You know who started all this violence? Trump. Where were you? The media is... Holy crap, guys. Holy moly. So we're going to move on to Ted Wheeler here. It has been absolutely insane. Ted Wheeler, again, gaslighting the president, saying the president is to blame for the violence in his city. Trump's the fascist, but he's not showing up. He's waiting for your acceptance. He's waiting for the Oregon governor. He's waiting for Ted Wheeler to say, hey, we need the feds. And yet somehow this is his fault. Man, Jocko Willink would be shaking his head right now. I don't know if you follow him, but he talks specifically about personal responsibility. He talks about owning everything that happens. And when you are the mayor of the city and also the one who controls the police officers, and then you're going to go blame the president of the United States? Hey, genius. We're a freaking republic. That means that he's not a king. He doesn't just control every single area. He's the federal government, and then the states have rights. The cities have rights. It's your job to protect the people of Portland. No one is believing this except for the leftists that have Trump derangement syndrome to the extreme. The TDS is powering these generators, ladies and gentlemen. The coal factory is heating up with the comments of Ted Wheeler blaming Trump. But again, Ted Wheeler's condo, let's take a look at what's in front of Ted Wheeler's condo. Is this Trump's fault? Trump's fault, clearly. Fireworks being shot at in front of your condo. Trump's fault, clearly. Bats smashing into buildings and businesses around your house. Congratulations. This is Trump's fault, though, is it? I mean, clearly, guys, look. Got fires being started in buildings now. Trump's fault. I mean, Trump's fault. And look at these people. Oh, you're going to love this one, guys. You're going to love this one. Nothing I like more than watching Antifa just get smashed. But of course, they're going to be taken in, they're going to be arrested, and then they're going to be released without bail. And they'll be right back out here the very next night. Tonight! They will be out here tonight, rioting, burning, looting, murdering. But again, it's Trump's fault, guys. Don't you know? Trump's the king of America. He must own everything. He allows the states and the cities to govern themselves. What a fascist. Oh, Trump orange, man. Bad. Woo. God, I love these people. They go down like a heap of bricks. They're not even punching them. They're not even shoving them. They're not even hitting them with the baton. The cops are literally just running like this. They hit them with like, and they just fall over. Oh, I gotta mute that. I gotta mute that, guys. I don't want to get strict. I don't want to get stroked. I don't want to get striked by the YouTubes. Oh my God. Is this not beautiful? Look at this. God, this stuff just makes you want to go out to Portland, just hang out, relax, have a beer, meet some friends and family, have a great old time. It's nice and hot, guys. Great time to go. All right, here's another one. I love this one too. Check this out. Check this out. Ooh! Ooh, getting smashed in the face! Antifa, does that hurt? Oh my goodness! Donald Trump and his fascist police! Oh God, the generators, the Rees from Antifa, powering us up, getting the coal factory, the coal army! Let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have some justice going. Now, for those of you who haven't watched previous episode, I will link all of them up here where you are going to see some great stuff coming from Rand Paul in the coming weeks and months. Of course, he was attacked. I have a video of that in a previous podcast, and he's going scorched earth. You know, he was the one who was saying, you know, we shouldn't be sending the feds in. We shouldn't be trying to arrest people that are burning, looting, and murdering and causing chaos in the streets. We should allow the states to do that. Man, this guy, after being attacked by Antifa and Black Lives Matter, it's really starting to change his tune, and I wonder why. They attacked him and his wife. I may add, him and his wife. These people are gross. But Mr. Rand himself, I was a big fan of Ron Paul back in 2012. Didn't actually vote for Romney or Obama. Simply sat that one out because, hey, Obama tricked me the first time. I will say, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I was tricked the first time, but I wouldn't have voted for McCain either way. I mean, either way, Obama or McCain, in the end, I ended up getting tricked. I got tricked, guys. I thought he was legit. Anyway, Rand Paul has called to subpoena Antifa, plane records, hotel records, all travel records, and all funding. They're going after George Soros, guys. They're going after the billionaires. They're going after the millionaires, the movie stars, the rock gods. They're going after all of them. We're going to find out who's funding these terrorists. We're going to subpoena. We're going to find out. We're going to go into the banks. We're going to get you. We are going to get you. We're going to get you. And then Mr. Barr is going to lay the hammer on you, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, when I take a look at Antifa, I can't tell if they're ladies and gentlemen. It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. Quickly, I know you want me to talk about Nancy Pelosi. I know how much you love Nancy Pelosi. Ladies and gentlemen, Pelosi used shuttered San Francisco hair salon for blowout. Owner calls it slap in the face. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know, Democrat states, Democrat cities, they're still on almost, basically 100% lockdown. Nothing has changed, despite everything being changed. The CDC stating that 6% only came out for the Rona, and of course, the rest of the 94% people that have died had comorbidities, but again, they don't care. It is a blanket ban. Joe Biden himself saying that he would put a nationwide mask mandate, even though that is completely against the presidency of the United States. Pelosi assistant just messaged me to do her hair. So rules for thee, but not for me. Is anyone really surprised, though? These people are corrupt. They're elite. They don't care about us at all. They don't care at all. They don't give one iota. Do they care about the plebs? No. Those are the common folk. Here, simply take my money that I got by investing in stocks that I knew were going to go up based on laws that I created. I'm Nancy Pelosi. I mean, it doesn't sound like Nancy Pelosi at all, but you get the point. Rules for thee, but not for me. Is anyone really surprised? I mean, Nancy Pelosi is one of the most corrupt politicians in all of America. She is part of the swamp. She always has been. And the fact that her and Schiff are both from California, these Californians have been out in the sun, I think, for too long. They need to go to a state with seasons so that they can regain their consciousness and logical side of their brain, because they continue to vote in the same politicians over and over and over again who have screwed this country for decades. Pelosi has been in there for so long. We're going to finish up the show here, guys. Joe Rogan finally moving over to Spotify. YouTube no longer going to be holding a lot of his episodes, no longer going to be streaming on this. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Are we really surprised? I mean, literally every single media machine that's going on right now, the tech oligarchs are simply running the show. And any amount of information that they don't agree with, they're going to pull those people and destroy them. Of course, that majority means that people on the right are going to be censored, because you can be on the left, you can do blackface, culture appropriation, you can say you're a Native American, you can say the N-word, you can say pretty much whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You can dress up like Hitler. No one cares. But the moment you're on the right, the moment you're just slightly to the right of Mao, they consider you the enemy of the state, and they will treat you as such. So let's see the banned people that they removed from Spotify. Stefan Molyneux also banned on, I think, Facebook, and he may actually be banned on YouTube as well. Not really shocking. Milo Yiannopoulos, spicy guy, came down here and was removed from Twitter. He used to be, an absolutely quintessential figure in Twitter. He was the one who had his blue checkmark removed. Blue checkmark only supposed to say that that's who you are. You're the person that you're stating yourself to be. And again, he was removed from Twitter. Gavin McInnes, Proud Boys, people that are patriots. They say that they're a white supremacist group, even though that their current leader is Hispanic. I believe he's Cuban. But again, hey, you can't defend yourself from the left. The left punches you in the face. Doesn't matter. Hey, you must be a Nazi because you support Trump. You're a fascist. Insanity. Alex Jones, of course. Some of the largest shows in Joe Rogan history has involved Alex Jones. Of course, they're going to remove him. Too much of a red pill for a lot of people. Chris D'Elia, because of obviously him supposedly being a kiddly peddler. We'll see. Sargon of Akkad, of course, one of the most based people in England and the UK right now. Obviously, they're going to remove him. And of course, Owen Benjamin. They're simply taking out people from the right. Michaela Peterson, of course. Okay, getting demonetized from YouTube is one thing. At least they didn't shut down my channel. However, this is completely different. Spotify is not uploading select Joe Rogan episodes, including my episodes. So also Michaela Peterson. So Jordan Peterson's daughter is also being targeted. Are we surprised, ladies and gentlemen? Are we surprised? No, of course we're not. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't checked it out, you can see below. I'm on Twitter. Don't know how long I'll be on Twitter. I'm trying to grow right now, but it would really help me if you gave me a follow there. Obviously, check out Parler as well. It is a free speech platform. Check that out. Of course, I'm on Facebook as well, Lucius Cole. I'm on basically every single social media. If you enjoy this type of content, if you enjoy these kind of podcasts, we're aiming for about 30 minutes right now. And then once the audience grows, once the Cole factory gets nice and hot, I am so close to 50 subscribers. Can you help me get to 50? I think I need one more. I don't want to beg you, but the Cole factory needs it. We need the peas, ladies and gentlemen. We got to eat our peas, and we got to be the peas. You know what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this stuff started. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It has been a fantastic time hanging out with you. Let me know what you think of this particular content in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, share this video. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think of my new background. Let me know what you think of it. Is it nice? Is it cool? You know, it's going for that masculine, that raw red brick, that strength, everything that stands for Republicans and conservatives, libertarians, and of course disaffected liberals. We are all here together. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get Trump into office 2020. Let's get it started. I'll see you on the next video. I love you guys. Peace.